I have finally gotten around to reading Chainsaw Man. I saw it floating around, all kinds of cool fan animations, I must add. I'm looking at this art, I'm looking at the concept, and I knew immediately, yes, this is what I've been waiting for all my life. So for those of you who have seen Soul Eater, it's probably not a very foreign concept to have people that can change themselves into weapons. And this manga kind of plays off that idea. This is a guy who can change into a chainsaw man. And I must say, the design for him changing into a bunch of chainsaws looks pretty darn cool. And we get introduced to more people who can change themselves into this kind of form later on. They also have some pretty cool designs. But rather than making it necessarily like a subsection of superpowered people, they go the demon route. So yes, there are demons in this universe of Chainsaw Man. So sit back. It's origin story time. Who is the Chainsaw Man? Well, his name is Denji, and he was once a poor man with absolutely nothing in his life but a friendly demon who he made a contract with. The idea of this contract is he saved this demon's life. In return, the demon became like his sidekick who he would use to kill other demons. And in doing this, he was able to make some money on the side, but it was never really enough to live on. And unfortunately for Denji, he had some crippling debt to also repay. So because of this, he really doesn't have a very good life. You know, he has dreams, but the dreams are very, very low tier. All he really wants is a home, something to eat, and maybe, just maybe, a girlfriend. Well, one day, him and his little demon chainsaw dog go out on one of their demon-killing adventures, only to get betrayed and jumped by a demon that's way too overpowered for them. And just as Denji is about to die, the demon dog makes another deal with him. So the demon replaces his human heart and turns him into Chainsaw Man. So what does the demon get in exchange for this new deal? Well, apparently Denji had inspired that demon, and all that he wants is to see Denji actually achieve his dreams that he would often talk about. So after seriously fucking shit up, an organization that's focused on fighting these demons ends up finding him. And that's when he meets this girl. Now, she is a particularly interesting character because you're never really quite certain if she's a good person or not. But it doesn't seem like she really is. It seems like she's more so a manipulative person. Now, granted, I've only read up to 4 volumes, which are the only volumes that are released in English that I can find, because the English release is quite behind. Not that I would recommend piracy, but no, from what I've seen, it seems like she's a very manipulative person. And of course he falls for her, but it's clear right up front that she doesn't really see him as a person per se, but more like her little pet. She wants to use him for his power. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Blue Exorcist, this idea of this organization wanting to use a half-demon for their power, but kind of seeing them as maybe not really a person, and fully willing to execute them the moment that they betray. But of course, this manga is definitely quite different from Blue Exorcist. There is no high school scenarios in here, although the main character is 16. Missed opportunity. No, I'm okay with there being no high school. Not every anime has to be a high school anime. I do have to say, Denji is a pretty interesting character. Like I said, he has very low-tier goals, and he's very passionate about reaching those goals, not only because that was the deal with the demon, but because now he actually has the opportunity to. And when he first becomes a part of this organization, he mostly does it because he likes the girl, and he's kind of looked down on for that, because to everyone else, that doesn't seem like a very important goal to just like go after some girl who works there. I mean, this is a place where people are getting killed left and right every day, and you want to join this organization because of some girl works there? To everyone else, it seems like it's so petty, but to him, it means a lot, because he's never had anything in life. And at the same time, you're getting this impression maybe he's not getting an entirely human experience out of this because his human heart has been replaced. So maybe his experiences aren't going to be very genuine. Maybe they're not going to be as fulfilling as he hopes. So it is very interesting, although I must say the writing style is very casual. Obviously, you know, it goes back and forth with being serious and being goofy. The main character is a little bit goofy. Here he is beating up a monster just to touch some boobs. But it's definitely very heavy action. You can probably tell by the bits that I've showed you that there is a lot of blood and gore throughout this manga. The style itself, it's very loose, and that has its own kind of charm with it. I do know that they are planning to make an anime of this manga series, which is part of the reason why I wanted to pick it up. I do hope that they try to match the animation to match the roughness of this art style, because without that roughness, it almost feels like you'll lose something, you know what I mean? I don't know how the series ends, but if you are to ask me my personal opinion, I think it's worth picking up. I think it's pretty enjoyable from what I've read. Sure, it might be a little bit generic with, oh, guy with half demon heart gets picked up by organization to fight more demons, but I think there's enough unique there in the character and in the idea of a man made up of chainsaws to make it its own thing. So if you are interested in checking out more action manga out there, I'd recommend picking up Chainsaw Man. Overall, I had fun reading it. But those are just my thoughts. Tell me your own thoughts on the series, if you yourself have read it, if you're fully updated on it. Was it meh? Was it yeah? Are you excited for the anime? Tell me any and all thoughts you have down below in the comments section. If you enjoyed, remember to like the video. And is this an awkward time to bring up Ellie the Eliminator campaign? Is it ever an awkward time to bring up Ellie the Eliminator campaign? If you are looking for something wholesome, Ellie the Eliminator campaign. Link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.